Lori here again with Hardworking Mom, and we have another Dollar Tree project with succulents again. So this time we're going to do it on a wreath, and I wanted to show you how you can get a different look from what you can get at the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to move the camera down and we'll get started. Alright, so I love to get these kind of bases, and these are birch bases, and they have little moss on them, and they're it's almost like they're just kind of wrapped around a little metal frame inside here. Well, of course you can't get this at the Dollar Tree, but it is really cute to take succulents and put them around a wreath like this, okay? So you can get wreaths like this at the Dollar Tree. Okay, and these are Willow, and they're not that great looking, right? They're kind of, I don't know, loose, and they're just not, they don't look like this. However, what I wanted to show you is that what you can do is, and what I like to do is I like to take two of them, okay, and I will put them together because they're kind of thin. See, they're not very thick. Alright, so if you put two together, then it makes it look a little bit thicker. And what you can do is you can just run a little zip tie through one and through the other one. Okay. Okay, clip this off. I do like to use dark ones when I'm doing this because it hides a little bit better. So you want to do it in a few spots so that it will stay nice and tight. Okay. So you can see already this is looking a lot better. See, it looks more like, you know, a grapevine wreath that you would find at the store. So it's really simple just to take a couple of these and strap them together, okay? So it's a good idea to do this in several places. So I like to do a minimum of 4. Just because I want to make sure that they're going to stay together. Okay. Okay. Alright, so now you can see how much thicker this looks. Now look at that. You see how much better this looks now? And it's a pretty simple thing to do, right? Okay, so let's put one down here at the bottom. And there are ways that you can hide the fact that you have strapped these together. Now you could also use wire. You could also take pieces of this off and do this. Just get creative with how you strap them together, but I just like to use zip ties because it just holds them pretty nice. Okay. Alright. So now it just looks sturdier. It's going to be easier to put things on it. Okay? Now, let's look at what the other difference is. Okay, so this has a little bit of moss on it, okay? Well, guess what? Dollar Tree has moss. So you can take this moss, okay, and you can place it on just like this, okay? And just glue it down, and it's gonna give it a look kind of more like these little birch wreaths. Well, we're gonna have to give it a minute to heat up. Okay. Okay, so while my glue gun is heating up, I'll just take a little glue from my pot. I'm just going to spread some glue on here like this, okay? And I'm going to take some of this, and I'm just going to put some. You don't have to put a lot, you just want to put a little bit, okay? And one thing this is going to do is it's going to hide imperfections that this base has, okay? Alright. So see, I'm just kind of painting some glue on here. This is just a stem from a bush I'm not using anymore, and I just keep these, and then I can use them to get glue out of my glue pot. See? Sometimes it's a little bit easier to do it this way than it is to try to use my glue gun. So this is just a skillet from Walmart, and I just use regular glue sticks in it. I don't even cut them up. I just drop them in there, and they melt just fine. Okay. There we go. See, it's already starting to look a lot better. Okay. This also is a great look to use when you're using succulents because it's more of a natural look. It's really cute with the farmhouse look to do this. The other thing you can do is you can take this glue and you can run it across where you have your zip tie, and boom, covers that up. Okay, so you can put as much or as little of this on as you want. But this is a great thing to do if you ever want to make a grapevine type wreath and you really don't have the money to go buy a grapevine. Just go buy 2 of these from the Dollar Tree and attach them together. It really will make a big difference. Okay. Right. So you just keep going around until you get some glued down. Okay. Okay. This is messy, but it comes out cute. Okay. Now you get plenty in a bag when you get a bag from the Dollar Tree. It has a good amount in it. and it's good moss, so you should have no problem whatsoever with that part. Okay. Now, see how much better it looks already? You see? It already looks much thicker. It looks a lot better. Okay. So you can go and cover up where your little zip ties are. You can also cover up little gaps. So if you have like a gap, kind of stick some glue in there on both sides, and then kind of stack some in there. Okay, so that's going to make it look like it is solid all the way through. Okay. So these are great little tricks to use when you're trying to use something that is much thinner and not quite as nice as buying one from like Hobby Lobby, but you can still get that same look. You just kind of have to do a little extra legwork to get it to look different than it is. Just little tricks. Okay, so we're making good progress. Okay. Alright, let's get a little bit more out. So see, with $3, we've already made a huge difference in the way this looks. Okay. $3 and a little glue. It's amazing what $3 and a little glue will do. Okay. There's our other zip tie. Okay. A little bit more. So you don't have to use a lot, just a little. Just kind of mask those little imperfections there. Okay. So we're almost done with this part. So then you're really not going to be able to tell that you started out with two bases and that they were both kind of thin. Okay? So that is what you're doing. You are just covering that fact up. And you're using just a little trick to kind of trick the eye, make it look a little bit more high-end. Okay. So just kind of put that in there and let's cover up those gaps. You can also put another zip tie there if you have a really big gap. Okay. This last little piece here, we should be good to go. All right. Look at that. Okay, so don't worry about the glue strings. All you have to do is run a low setting of your hair dryer across it and it will get rid of those glue strings. Okay? Alright. Now, just kind of go around and see if you see any spots where you might need to add a little bit more. It's like right here. add a little bit right there. Okay. Okay. You can also load it on the inside if it looks like you need to cover some areas on the inside. Okay. Now, alright, so we don't really need this anymore. Kind of clean off our surfaces tad here. I just want to kind of remind you where we started. Okay, so these are what they look like when they start. Okay, and you put them together. And look at what we have now. You see the difference? I mean, just a little bit of change really makes a big difference when you're working with Dollar Tree items. So, you know, if it is, you know, where it's not very thick, then just double it up. It's perfectly fine to do that. See, and this is not very put together real great, but when you put them together and you just add a little moss around it, it hides that, and it just makes it look much more high-end. So now you see these two against each other, and they look a lot closer. Okay? So I'm going to show you one that I bought that was already done, and so you can see how close it is. So see here. Okay, so this is one I bought that already has the moss covered around it. Okay? So you see, you can get this look for yourself. Okay. Now, I want to cover the little area where I have my little ties real quick on the inside. Okay. See if we see any more. One right there. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think we got it. Now, so now that we have this done, we can decide what we want to do with it. So there are a lot of things that you can do with a base like this that you've made. Okay, you can put succulents on it. I love to use succulents in things. They're just so cute and pretty, and you have two bases here. Okay, so you can actually load them on the inside in here and make it look more like you have an actual grapevine wreath. Okay. So, this is longer than I need, so I'm just going to trim some of that off, okay? Then I'm going to stick it in my glue here. Alright, and then I'm actually going to put it right here where my little gap is. You see that? Okay. So you want to put some kind of closer to the front. Okay, so one thing we're doing is we are creating a little depth with this. Okay, there we go. You see that? I just love working with these. They're just so fun. So they come in a little container like this. You just pull them out and then just clean them off, and then you're good to go. So that's what I do with these. And it's just fun to find different shapes. Okay. Just run it in your glue. Just kind of stick it right in there. It should glue right down. And we have all kinds of different nice colors. All right. There we go. So if you have any trouble, just take your glue gun and put a little extra glue in there just to make sure it's gonna stick in there. Okay. You can also put some on the outside. Right in here. And just remember, if you get a lot of glue strings, then all you have to do is just get your hair dryer and run it on the low setting, okay? So you see how cute that's looking already? Alright, let's see. Let's do, we haven't done a purple one. Let's do purple one. Put it down in here. Yeah. Ooh, that's so cute. Oh, I like that. See, this one is a really good one for the front because it kind of spreads out. So we may do one of those on the other side too. Okay. So I like to kind of hold my flower parts like this so that I can dip it in. Get a good amount on there. Okay, let's put one over here. Oh, that is adorable. I like it. See, and what that does is it creates a lot of depth and color in your little arrangement. So let's put another one of these over here. Oh, let's see. Is it gonna fit? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. This one's rather heavy, so I want to get a good amount of glue in there so I can make sure it's gonna stick in there. Okay. All right. Oh, that is adorable. You see that? So I see these at the store all the time, and they're expensive. You add just a little bit of succulents on there, and boy, they put the price up there. So you see how cute that looks? See, just that easy. You made a nice little wreath that you can put on your door. And you know what's great about this? This most likely, this would fit in your storm door. You see, because it's not very thick. Okay. And it is a great farmhouse look. Okay, so when you're doing a hanger for this, there's a couple things that you can do. See, and this is a pretty quick, easy project, right? You could use some burlap, okay? Just take the burlap from the Dollar Tree and just make a little hanger for it, like this, okay? You can also just use the actual pieces itself to hang on to. And I think this turned out adorable. Wonderful. Well, I hope you enjoyed this and that you will try something like this. I think it looks adorable. So let me know what you think, okay? And I will be back soon with some more Dollar Tree ideas. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.